Hello and welcome to the third part in this series on motorcycle dynamics, where I'll be sharing the current progress of the calculator, and if you're a subscriber, you'll find a link to this file in the community page. It's completely free, but if you do download it, please leave a like to let me know. So as for where it's at the moment, we have the calculator set up for the hardtail frame and for the direct mounted RSU. Now there is now an input and an output page, and this is connected to the calculation sheet and the analysis sheet. So if you plug in your values into the input page, on that same page it'll also tell you the outputs, which currently for this calculator is just for the rake and trail. Now in the last video I covered the calculation method for the hardtail frame. So in this video I'm going to do the same but for the direct mounted suspension. The frame is a little bit different, so we'll have to break it down a little bit. If you're not interested in seeing the calculations, you can skip ahead. I'll put the time down below. Now previously I was using a combination of SOHCAHTOA and Pythagoras to solve the right angle triangles, and then the cosine and sine rule for the non-right angle triangles. But actually you can use cosine and sine rule on any type of triangle. So I've kind of been more consistent this time. I've done all the calculations using cosine and the sine rule, so it's much simpler to keep track of what you're doing. So we have a couple of new triangles to solve the rear suspension, and with that rear suspension we also have another new triangle down below. Now that all the triangles are solved, we need to start plotting the points, and we do that using cos and sine from SOHCAHTOA. The important part here is to make sure that we sum up the angles correctly as we move from one point to the next. So if you go to the calculation sheet in the Excel, you'll find a breakdown of all the triangles and the calculations solving those, as well as the plotting of the points to the far right side. Underneath this you'll see the graph where we've plotted the motorcycle chassis, and then just to the left we'll have the sliders so we can adjust the travel of the front suspension for the hardtail frame. Then if we come to the analysis page, you see we've cleaned it up a little bit, we've hidden everything we don't need to look at. We've just got the rake and trail as a result of the fork travel. And of course we have it all again for the direct mounted suspension. This time we have both the front and rear suspension as variables. Then we have a glimpse into the next one I'll be working on, which includes a rocker linkage, just one of the many different configurations. So again, please feel free to download the file, leave a like to let me know if you do, have a little play around, get familiar with it, because it's only going to get more complicated going forward. If you have any comments, questions or suggestions, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll see you on the next one.